Hi, everyone. This is Diane with Sacred Light Integrations. One of the first tools I used when starting my spiritual journey was a pendulum. And since that time, my love for the pendulum has never wavered. I love these little tools. I have my very first pendulum here with us today that I used. And you notice I use a metal. This is actually a copper pendulum. And I use the metal ones because they don't seem to pick up energy as easily as the crystals. You're welcome to use the crystals, but always make sure because they can pick up energy so easily. So that's my first pendulum, but these days I use one that's a little more sacred geometry. And I love this tool because it radiates a white light, a purifying and cleansing white light. Um, but back to when I first started my journey, when I first started, I was a bit of a mess, like many of us are when we first start, or if we've gone through a rough patch in our life. So mentally, emotionally, and physically, I was definitely hitting some bumps there. But yet the ability of the pendulum, when I learned about it, to share information for me, for my higher self and my spirit time, this allowed me to receive guidance from a source above the physical world that I created. And mentally, like I said, I wasn't really in a good place. So reaching out to a higher dimension was really beneficial for me. So when I work with a pendulum, and if you haven't worked with one or just need a reminder, always remember to clear your pendulum, even um, especially if you're working with crystal pendulums, but even if you're working with other pendulums, it's good to always do like a clearing. So I usually just hold it close to me and visualize white light showing over the pendulum, with my intention being that the light is clearing the pendulum of any other energy. And also my mind is seeing my energy connecting with the pendulum, with my energy and my higher self. So then after you've cleared it, you want to have set your intention for it. So proceeding on to like an opening statement to set that intention is always beneficial. And just stating something simple that resonates with you, and always ensuring that the intention is clear on what you want to use. So something simple like I'm uh, as soon as I start to say this, it's like, okay, my intention is to use this pendulum as a tool to receive information and guidance from my higher self, my spirit guides, my angels, and ascended masters only. The information I receive will be accurate and in divine love, light, and truth, for the highest good of myself and highest good of all concerned. Because we want to keep the best, the highest good of everyone, in our thoughts as we're working with these questions. So another tip is stating the intention. If you haven't used it before, but I'll go back to the first one that I did and what I would do just starting out. And perhaps if you've been working with pendulums for a while, you may not need to do this, but I would say, just intentionally get the pendulum going in a clockwise fashion. And I would say to the universe, show me this movement for if the answer is a yes. And then intentionally go counterclockwise and say, show me this movement if it is the answer is no. So this makes sure that you are getting the information, understanding what a yes means and what a no means. So easy to know that one. So I also like when you're also first starting out, or if you haven't worked with the pendulum, in a while, starting out with simple yes and no questions to kind of get that uh, relationship built up with the pendulum. We want to ask questions that we're not strongly emotionally charged on, because I mean, hopping right into, what is the most aligned path for me for, switching jobs? That's a very strong, big question. So we may not want to start with that question. You can if you want to, but getting more comfortable with the pendulum and letting it know that you trust its answers and you trust the information that you're getting from source, and your spirit team. So starting with simple questions, and that's how I personally, got started and to build that trust up. So one way I started to like to just kind of get a feel for it, I would say like, my name is Diane. And the pendulum starts to swing in a clockwise fashion. So that means, yes, my name is Diane. So that makes me feel good, that it's right. And then I'm going to state a question like, my birthday is in October. And it says a no, and that's accurate. My birthday is not in October. So you can see, like, starting with those questions just to get the energy flowing through the pendulum, as a clear channel is very beneficial. But then you can start to move on to other things, like when you begin to ask questions. And something I did was like my outfits. I would lay out two outfits and hold the pendulum over one and say, is this outfit most aligned for my energy to wear today? And it would swing yes or no. And then I would hold it over the other outfit and say, is this outfit most aligned with my energy today? And you can see that, for most of us, maybe really don't have much emotional charge about which outfit we're wearing. And so just pick the outfit the pendulum says is most aligned for you. Another question could be, should I go to the store? Is it most aligned for me to go to the grocery store today? Yes or no? Is it, more aligned for me to go today or tomorrow? So you get the idea. And another one I would do is it most aligned for me to do a guided meditation today? And I'm getting a no. And is it most aligned for me to do a quiet mind meditation today? I'm getting a yes. So today I'll do a quiet minded meditation. Whatever the answer is on these simple questions, make sure that you follow through because that's going to go ahead and build that trust up with your pendulum, letting your guides and angels know that you want to receive that information and you plan to follow it. And that way you can feel a little more comfortable working with that energy and the connection of that channel that you're using the pendulum as a tool to receive. So like so much of these tools, have fun with it 90% of the time. So with the 10% that it really matters when you have an emotionally charged question, you're going to feel a little more confident about that. So next time in the next video, we're going to dive into just a little bit more work with pendulums and we're going to talk about dowsing charts because those are some fun ones too. So until then, have a great day. Namaste.